Chapter 3, Section 2 is solving multi-step inequalities. You can multiply or divide the same quantity from both sides of an inequality and the statement will still be true. But you have to be careful of one thing. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip or switch the inequality symbol in order for the statement to remain true. In example 1, you're just dividing by a 3. There is a negative, but it's not on the number you're dividing by. So we just do negative 27 divided by 3, which is negative 9. We're going to have an open circle on a negative 9, and this says x is greater than negative 9, so it's everything in that direction, colored in. Number 2, we're trying to get rid of the 2/3, so we are going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal. These all cancel out. 6 times 3 is 18, divided by 2 is 9. So that says r is less than 9. We're going to have an open circle on the 9 and everything less than 9 colored in. Number 3, we have negative 8m is less than or equal to 72. We have to divide both sides by negative 8, and this is when you have to be careful. You have to switch that sign around. Negative 72, negative 8 is 9, and that becomes m is greater than or equal to 9. So we're going to have a closed circle on the 9 and everything greater than that colored in. And those are the only 3 we had to graph. The rest of these we don't have to. Number 4, solving that, we're going to multiply both sides by negative 5. So that becomes 15. Switching that around is less than or equal to x. Number 5, first of all, we would subtract 7 from both sides, and that becomes negative 2t. 21 minus 7 is 14. And then we divide both sides by negative 2. Since we divide by a negative, we need to switch our sign around. And you are left with t is less than negative 7. Number 6, it's a little tougher. First of all, we need to get rid of that negative 2. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 2. And that becomes x plus 5. Whoops. Just did what I've been warning you about. Since you multiplied by a negative, you have to switch your sign around. And then subtracting 5 from both sides, negative 2 plus a negative 5 is negative 7. So x is greater than or equal to a negative 7. Number 7, negative 4 plus negative 8 is a negative 12, is less than negative 5c minus 2. Adding 2 to both sides, that becomes negative 10 is less than negative 5c. Dividing both sides by negative 5, divided by a negative, so you have to switch your sign. Negative 10 divided by 5 is 2, and that becomes 2 is greater than C. Number 8, we're going to distribute there. That becomes negative 9. Negative 3 times a negative x is a plus 3x. 4 squared is 16. Adding 9 to both sides, you have 3x is greater than 25. And then dividing by 3, I'm just going to leave this as x is bigger than 25 over 3. Number 9, I'm going to change these to decimals. 4 divided by 5 is 0.8x. 1/2 is 0.5. And 3/5 is 0.6. From there, you subtract 0.5 from both sides, and you have 0.8x is greater than or equal to 0.1. And dividing both sides by 0.8, you have 0.1 divided by 0.8. That would be 1/8 or 0.125. Next page, we've got a few story problems. Ryan has a $15 gift card for McDonald's. His favorite food at McDonald's is a double cheeseburger. How many double cheeseburgers can he buy if they cost $1.19 a piece? So $1.19 times x, and you have to think about how that compares to 15. Is he going to spend more money or less money than 15? So this is the most money he can spend. He can spend all of it. So if we do 15 divided by 1.19, you have x is less than or equal to 12.6. Well, you can't go into McDonald's and give them 60 cents and buy half a hamburger. So he could buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 double cheeseburgers. He can't buy any half of a burger or any part of a burger, and he can't buy negative burgers. Number 11, to rent a car, Enterprise charges $55 a day with unlimited miles, and the cost of renting a similar car at Hertz is $25 a day plus 20 cents per mile. And the question is, when is Enterprise less expensive? So when is this one smaller? Solving that, you are going to subtract 25 from both sides, and that becomes 30 is less than 0.20x. Dividing both sides by 0.20, that is 150 miles. So this one, Hertz, is going to start out being less expensive because it's only 25 bucks a day. So this says 150 is less than x. So you would say something like, I guess we would say, let's see, Enterprise is more, I'm sorry, Enterprise is cheaper for over 150 miles. At 150 they would be the same, and then 150 is less than x. So Enterprise is cheaper for over 150 miles. Frozen concentrate orange juice can make up to 256 ounces. Your pitcher holds 20 ounces. And it says what are the possible number of pitchers one can fill. So this number is bigger than or equal to 20. And when you do 256 divided by 20, you get 12.8 is greater than or equal to x. And we're going to say how many times can you fill this pitcher full. So you can fill the pitcher up to 12 times. And 13, average of Jim's 2 test scores must be at least 90. So this is the lowest it can be. So it has to be, whatever's over here has to be bigger than 90. He got a 95 on his first test. We don't know what his second test grade is. And if you average those, they are greater than or equal to 90. So what we do is multiply both sides by 2. 95 plus x is greater than or equal to 100. Subtracting 95 from both sides, that becomes x is greater than or equal to 85. So he needs an 85% or more on his next test.